Welcome back to Ceramics 1. In this video I'm going to discuss making sure that this top is nice and level, as well as making sure the top and the modeling is done well on your box. So, like I said in the previous video about making the corners nice and square, no matter how good you are after, even if you're like super precise with your measuring and everything, the top of your box is going to be a little unlevel. And if I hold this ruler or this slab spacer up there, you can kind of see that space between the box where you can kind of see my face through it. We want to get rid of those. We want to make it really nice and flat and level. So the human eye has an incredible ability to see if something is level or not. And if I look at this from where I am, probably for you too, you can see that that's level. This is not level. It's lower on this edge and it's higher on this edge. So what you're going to do is you're going to use one of these 3/8 inch slab spacers and you're going to lay it on top of your work like that. And you're going to kind of eyeball it and look at it from down low, and you're going to say, well, you know, this side is higher. You start with your rasp on the highest edge and you start smoothing, or rather rasping, that clay away. Now, this is going to do two things for us. Number one, it's going to flatten it out. But also, this whole area is now flat, whereas you can see like this area is all bumpy and like rigid and like there's fingerprint marks in it and stuff. So we want to kind of get rid of all that stuff. So now if I put this slab spacer back and line it up with that edge, you can see there's no space in there now, right? And you have a nice clean edge, okay? Now, if I hold this from corner to corner this way, you again can see that this side over here is just a bit higher. So what you're going to do is you're going to kind of place this and rotate it around the top of your box, kind of eyeballing it as you go to make sure that it's all straight. So like if I wanted to continue, I'd go over on this side and try to get this higher side down so that when I hold it across here, it looks level. It's still a little bit off. It's still a little bit high on this side, okay? But what you're gonna do is you're gonna keep going around until you get that nice and level. Now, when you get done, just like before, you're gonna have these little burrs on the edge. They're gonna be on the inside and the outside. So take your fettling knife, just like we did before, and you're gonna kind of drag it downwards along that burr and take that little burr off so that you have a nice clean edge on the outside. And sorry, it's on the inside here so you can't see, but you've got the nice burr, the burr taken out on the inside, and it's nice and clean on the inside as well. So it looks nice on the outside, it looks nice on that inside edge, and it's nice and flat at the top, okay? So that's the way to get the flat top, nice, even, and level. I'm gonna look at that and I'll be grading it, so make sure you do that. Likewise, when you put this lid on, sometimes the lid hangs over a little bit or is a little bit fingerprinted. You can do the same thing with the rasp. You can take this rasp and run it right across the box lid so that you can get the lid completely flush like that. Now, if you don't have a flush lid, obviously you would skip that step. But if you have a lid that's supposed to be flush, make it flush so that it really looks nice. And then you can trim the burr off underneath, trim the burr off here so that they're not like welded together, but that they are flush and nice and even like that, rather than this one that's all kind of janky and lopsided, okay? So, leveling out the top, smoothing out the inside. Now with your locking mechanism, depending on what you chose, I don't remember I said to you there's a million different ways to do it. Whatever you do, give yourself a tolerance of about 1/4 of an inch, which is the thickness of this. So like when you're measuring this, say give yourself a little bit of space. Okay, if you, what I find is that if kids make it too perfect and try to fit it tightly, when the clay shrinks in the kiln due to the 10% shrinkage of clay, the tops don't come off. Or worse yet, they like kind of fit, but then they only fit one way, and then you've got to like scrape it down with one of the bricks and like, you know, gouge your thing out because there's not enough room. So give yourself a little extra bit of empty space between your locking mechanism and your wall edges, okay? And the last thing is any additive structures or subtractive structures, please make the seams really nice. So you see this anchor that this student put on, looks nice, great idea. I love the little like hook situation, but the corners of it there are just kind of like not quite finished yet. So make sure to use one of the wooden modeling tools and take your modeling tool and make those seams look finished. Okay, now this student can model this in by simply, using a modeling tool and undercutting it a bit, flattening it out, or, if they really want like a little rock kind of look underneath it, then build a little rock-like thing. But see this blob right underneath here, it's kind of detracting from the swoop of that, whereas if I go a little bit farther and I undercut this to follow that swoop, and then I model it in, and I almost model a seam back into it, we're going to come up with a lot nicer product in the end, because we've thought about that connection, we've thought about that edge, and we have a really nice smooth swoop from down to up rather than that little blob in there. Okay, so take the time for your additive structures to really model all of the edges and the seams so we don't see sloppy seams at the end. Okay, so in this video we went over the making horizontal and level the top lip of your box. We talked about making your locking mechanism, giving yourself a little bit of extra room in between the locking mechanism and the edge of your wall, and making sure to model all of your additive structures, or if you've got subtractive structures as well, that all of the edges of them are nice and modeled. That whole idea where you've got somebody who's carving into the surface and they're like going like this and carving, and there's like all these little like chunks and schnibbly bits and icky texture on there. We don't want that. So if you're going to carve something in, carve it well, model it, smooth out the edges, make sure there's no little chunks or nubbins attached to your clay. Okay, so thanks for joining me with the finishing steps for your slab box assignment.